Let's get into the front pages of our newspapers now. On a Friday morning, very quickly, we start off, as always, with the Mail and Guardian. It's the weekly edition that has come out. And Enoch walks the tightrope is what they're leading with, obviously talking to the budget. ANC leaders looted municipality. Farmers reel from FMD outbreak. Water crisis, why taps are running by. And Kabule, end austerity to boost the economy. That is the front page of the Mail and Guardian. Let's have a look at the Business Day now. Business Day is leading with F&D disaster rattles fast food. Here's one. Costs from outbreaks passed on to consumers, adding to inflation. And that's a big one because, I mean, it doesn't matter where you look. Food is increasing tremendously. I'm sure you've noticed that, and this FMD is causing huge problems. So it says South Africans are set to pay more for beef and pork as foot and mouth disease disrupts the meat value chain and fast food restaurants pass the price hikes on to consumers. The surge in beef and pork prices is also likely to have a negative impact on inflation. That's very much so the big focus there this morning. The photograph on the front page, that's former British ambassador to the US, Peter Mandelson, leaving his residence in London yesterday after he was released by Metropolitan Police. He was arrested on Monday on suspicions of misconduct in public office following the release of the US Justice Department files linked to that Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein. So another one under a huge scrutiny there. Discovery shares rise most since 2020 and close to 10 billion rand in new funding for Liquid, that's Liquid Intelligence Technologies. SA Finance chiefs to sell investment case in the UK. This is the Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana, and the Reserve Bank Governor will next week descend on London, one of the world's leading financial hubs, to sell South Africa's investment case to investors. So that's what they're saying there. A few other stocks they're highlighting. Sasol leads the losses, not looking good there as well, dropping down 8.47%, and the oil price is pretty volatile at this point as well. And principles-based fiscal anchor may entrench high debt. That's another story that they look at. The front page of the Business Day. And BAFTA slur sparks BBC accountability debate. I don't know if you saw that. That was a crazy thing to happen at the BAFTAs. I'll leave you to find out what was said. Leadership, Hill Lewis eyes DA top job and diplomacy. Oman hopeful after US-Iran nuclear talks. Okay, that's the Business Day. Let's have a look at the Daily Dispatch. Eastern Cape looks to China to rescue the motor industry. And that, of course, is always the talking point when you talk about anything out there in the Eastern Cape. So that's the very big one, where what they're saying is that the Premier confirms 430 million rand investment in Ellids, with another big deal being negotiated. It's a high-stakes moment. It's a bid to secure the future of its automotive sector. And this has all got to do with the East London Industrial Development Zone. So it's looking at Chinese vehicle manufacturers and hoping that they will move some of their operations there as well. That's the future focus. That was, of course, all mentioned during the Eastern Cape Premier Oscar Mabuyane delivering his State of the Province address in the Bishu Legislature yesterday. The province to train motorcycle riders to put youth on road to employment. That's another one of the things that they are focusing in there on the front page of the Daily Dispatch. They also talked to Proteas dominating the West Indies and put one foot into the semis. The new age of sport versus Sportical. Sportical. And the other story there is Love Designs to light up Nobo with a fashion show. So there we go. That's the front page of the Daily Dispatch. The next one is The Witness. And if we take a look at the front page of The Witness, they're leading with Zulu King demands name change and full control of the Ingonyama Trust. So another very big story that they're focusing in on there on the front page of The Witness. I can't open that one and read you details, unfortunately. Apologies for that. But I can just tell you that The Witness celebrating 180th anniversary with a bold setup into AI and global media alliances. Those are just some of the stories on the front page of The Witness. And the Cape Argus, that one I can open up and read for you. So the Cape Argus basically saying 135 million price tag for Good Hope Centre. ANC vows to challenge public land disposal, and they're talking about Cape Town's iconic Good Hope Centre went under the hammer yesterday despite recent protests with the City of Cape Town's appointed service provider, the Claremont Group, selling the property for 135 million rand. Congestion costs drivers 4 days a year. Guys, Cape Town, how do you handle your traffic? I don't know how you do it. I was there yesterday, but it wasn't, obviously I was there for the last 2 days, but I tried to take a drive from the city centre out into the southern suburbs. It took me 2 hours. 2 hours in a car. I might as well have been on a flight back to Johannesburg. That is how long it took me to drive 12 kilometers. I promise you, that was my experience. So when you say congestion costs drivers 4 days a year, I get you. By 6:15 a.m., the N1 is already slowing to a crawl for commuters leaving Brackenfell. What should be a 30-kilometer drive into the city can stretch to 90 minutes before sunrise. I know, I'm with you, and I feel for you. I really do. Something needs to happen. You can't have traffic like that. It is insane. Yeah, that's the Cape Argus. And then Sea Point construction continues despite appeal victory. So that's that story. And then a final paper that I'll read out to you is the Sowetan this morning. The Sowetan saying, heads on the block. And this particular one is looking at K's hopes the Derby victory. K's hopes to extend his stay with Ben Yusuf as Chiefs coach, co-coaches after damaging 2 losses in a row. And then Pirates skipper on his team finding their scoring touch again after 2 consecutive defeats. So that's the one, heads on the block, the big Soweto Derby that's taking place this weekend. All right, let's take a look at the rest of the newspapers with music.